Hello everyone. So in the last session, we have seen about what is the importance of API. Okay, so if you don't use this API, then you will not have you will not have any rights to use this particular package. And if you don't have any rights to use this package, you don't have a rights to use the class. If you don't have any rights to use the class, then you will get an error. You cannot create it. It's not possible. So for any server, okay, or for support of a server, you require a particular class, and the class is present in a particular package. You have to use that package, and the package is available inside the jar. Okay, so basically jar is not a single package. Actually jar is a collection of packages. तो मैंने अभी बताया था आपको स्टार्टिंग में लास्ट सेशन में कि जार मतलब क्या है, एक प्रकार का पैकेज है। तो ये करेक्ट है, लेकिन ये आधा है सेंटेंस। मोर करेक्ट सेंटेंस क्या है? जार इज अ कलेक्शन ऑफ पैकेजेस। एक से ज्यादा पैकेजेस को यूज करके हम जार बना सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो एक जार के अंदर जावा आर्काइव के अंदर नंबर ऑफ पैकेजेस रहेंगे। हर एक पैकेज के अंदर नंबर ऑफ क्लासेस रहेंगे, और हर एक क्लासेस के अंदर नंबर ऑफ मेथड्स रहेंगे। ठीक है, तो बहुत बड़ी फंक्शनैलिटी हम क्या कर सकते हैं, जार के अंदर कंसोलिडेट करके, एक साथ करके, ग्रुप करके रख सकते हैं। और जहां जहां हमें उस फंक्शनैलिटी की यूज करनी होगी, ये फंक्शनैलिटीज का यूज करना होगा, तब तब हम क्या करेंगे, उस जार को यूज करेंगे। सो दिस इज द सिग्निफिकेंस और इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ जार। ठीक है, तो और एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, इंडस्ट्री में अभी भी जो काम चल रहा है वो क्या कैसे चलता है, विद द यूज ऑफ जार ही चलता है। तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि लाइब्रेरी को कैसे ऐड करता है। ओके, नाउ द वन मोर थिंग, ओके, देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ लाइब्रेरीज, और देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ jars. one is called as a one is called as internal jars, and the another is called as a external jars. तो इंटरनल जार क्या होता है? जो जार जेवीएम के साथ अपने आईडीई में साथ साथ में आती है, अपने आप आती है, इम्प्लिसिट वे से आती है, उन्हें बोलते हैं इंटरनल जार्स। ठीक है, तो वन वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ इंटरनल जार इज जेवीएम लाइब्रेरी। ओके, तो जेआरई और जेवीएम सिस्टम लाइब्रेरी जो भी अवेलेबल है, एक इसका एग्जांपल है कि इंटरनल जार का एग्जांपल है। तो जब जब हम इक्लिप्स को यूज करेंगे, तब हम पहले क्या करेंगे, जेडीके को हम पहले इंस्टॉल करेंगे। एक बार आपने जेडीके को इंस्टॉल किया, तो बाद में आप इक्लिप्स को यूज कर सकते हो। इसका मतलब ये है कि ये प्री रिक्विजिट है कि आपको जेडीके को लाना ही है। ओके, जेडीके यदि आप नहीं लेके आओगे, तो आप कोई भी तरह का आईडीई में काम नहीं कर सकते। Okay, these types of libraries are called as internal libraries or internal jars. Okay, there are some other libraries just like a Servlet API, जैसे external jar. External क्यों बोलेंगे? कि जब हमें वेब प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाने हैं, जब हमें डायनामिक वेब प्रोजेक्ट बनाने हैं, तभी हमें सर्वर की जरूरत है। और जब हमें सर्वर की जरूरत है, तब उससे करस्पॉन्डिंग जार हम लेके आएंगे। यदि आपको डायनामिक वेब प्रोजेक्ट नहीं बनाने हैं, आपको यदि कंसोल एप्लीकेशन बनाने हैं, तो उस समय आपको सर्वर की जरूरत नहीं है। Okay, if you don't require the if you don't have any requirement of a server, then you don't use the API. You don't use the jar API. It is not required. Okay, so it depends upon which application you are using. So accordingly, you have to make a decision that whether you have to use particular library or you don't want to use that particular library. So in this case, we have to use it. Okay, and it is the external jar. So it is not implicit. It is not present in an implicit way. It is explicitly present, and then we have to incorporate. Okay, this is the one thing we have seen it. Okay, now the next thing is that in the previous sessions, what we have discussed, that is, we can go from one HTML file to servlet. Okay, we are going from one HTML file, that is index.html, to some other servlet. Okay, now what we can discuss is, now we will go from one JSP file to some other servlet file. Okay, that part we can discuss. Okay, so now this is one welcome.jsp. This is the servlet. Sorry, this is a JSP. And how you can create a JSP file? Again, you can go to a web content. Okay, then right click on the web content, then go to a new, and then you can have a JSP file. Okay, so you can easily create a JSP file. So this is one JSP file that I have created. Name of this file is welcome. So welcome.jsp. And inside this particular JSP file, if you observe this particular file, okay, then initially we are having this particular text. Okay, this particular representation is called as a page directive. Okay, so I have already shared some recorded video about the directives in JSP. Okay, there are different directives, that is include directive, then page directive, right? So this is one of the directives. Okay, so what is page directive say? tells us, okay, page directive tells about the language. Okay, so for this particular JSP page, for this particular file, we are using a Java language. Hence, page language is equal to Java. Content type is text slash HTML. Why is the content type is text slash HTML? Because, okay, apart from Java, we are using a HTML. We are using a HTML tags. If you are using a XML tags, then content type should be text slash XML. And the third attribute is the char set. So char set is ISO 8859-1. So this is the standardized char set given by the ISO. This is one of the character standards given by the ISO. The next one is the page encoding. Again, the same encoding is given to you, right? So after that, this is the end of the page directive. So now you can get an idea how to use a page directive. Okay, after that we are having a doc type. Doc type is again HTML. So we have started with the HTML tags. This is the starting point and this is the ending. Okay. Within this HTML tags, we are having a head tag. Okay, within that head, we are having a title. Okay, if you want, you can write a title here. Okay, they have given that insert your title. Okay, so we can give a title as welcome to JSP. As this is very first page, okay, you can give a title as welcome to JSP. Then head closes, title closes, then head closes. After that, we have started with the body part. Okay, so within this particular body part, this is the starting point, this is the ending point of the body tag. Okay, so this JSP is the same like a HTML. Now that this is the important point of discrimination between HTML and JSP. Okay, or differentiating point between HTML and JSP. In case of HTML, we can only write tags, but in case of JSP, we can write HTML tags as well as we can write some Java code. Okay, but if you want to write a Java code, as I have already discussed in theory topics, okay, you have to use this particular representation. Okay, so you have to use this particular scriptlet tag. This is called as a scriptlet tag. Remember this particular thing. We have already covered in a theory session. This is scriptlet tag. Okay, so if you identify these lines from line number 12 to line number 14, if you observe these lines, then you can easily observe that, okay, within this particular scriptlet tag, what we have written is nothing but a Java code. So out is the object of a print writer class. And we are using that object because in JSP we are having some implicit objects. There are 9 implicit objects available in JSP. The out is one of the implicit object we are using it. Okay, after that object we are calling that method, that is a println method, and we are giving a message. So it means that within a scriptlet tag we are writing a Java source code. Okay, and outside the scriptlet tag we are having a HTML tags. It means that, okay, we are having a Java source code within HTML tags. So we are embedding this is embedding, okay, embedding Java source code within HTML tags. Okay, this is the beauty of JSP. And for this particular part, there is no need to create any object. Okay, so objects are implicitly available, okay, to give the output. Okay, if you want to give output, you can use the out object and then use the method, that is a println. You can get an output on the browser. So what I can do is I will try to run this file separately, welcome.jsp. How to run it? Go to that particular file, right click over it, and then you can run it. Run as run on server. If you run this file on a server, you will get output. In this fashion, we will get output, that is hello.js, hello.gp. So this output you are getting in a browser only. If you copy this particular part from address bar and if you paste it in a browser, you will get that same output. So that is hello GPM you are getting. Okay, so in this way you can see the output in a you can see the output of a JSP. And the idea is very important. That is, inside a HTML tags we are embedding the Java source code. Okay, but this for that we require a scriptlet tag. So scriptlet tag is very important. You can write any number of Java source code lines. You can write 500 Java source code statements very easily, but you have to use this scriptlet tag. Okay, so this is the starting of scriptlet tag. This is the ending of scriptlet tag. Okay, after that you have to write a HTML part. You cannot write anything outside the scriptlet tag. You cannot write out here. You will get an error. Okay, if you try to write it, then you will get an error. It is not possible. Okay,